Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man found dead at Sizzler's Judgement Yard in Augustown. A man said to be a bodyguard of iconic reggae act Sizzler Kalonji was shot to death in Judgement Yard in Augustown, St. Andrew on Sunday night. Up to publication time, the man, who is also said to be an artist who goes by the stage name Culture, was still unidentified. Efforts to speak with Sizzler has so far proven futile. Police reported that they were called to Judgement Yard, which is one of Sizzler's residences, where the man's body was seen. It was later removed from the area and taken to the morgue. The St. Andrew Central Police said they are unable to confirm if the man was a bodyguard of Sizzler. At least 11 spent shells were found at the scene of the shooting, the police said. The police said several efforts to contact Sizzler, who was not at the Judgement Yard, have not borne any fruit as his numbers rings without answer. DPP rules cop to be charged for infant death in car. The Jamaica Constabulary Force should charge the St. Elizabeth police sergeant, whose 12-month-old daughter died after she was being locked in his car, the Director of Public Prosecutions DPP has recommended. DPP Paul Lewin handed down the ruling last week. The file has been submitted to the Office of the Commissioner of Police. The policeman, Detective Sergeant Sheldon Dobson, who is attached to the Black River Police Station in St. Elizabeth, reportedly forgot his daughter in his car in January on the station compound between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. The infant, who was found in the vehicle unconscious, was rushed to the Black River Hospital, where she was pronounced dead during treatment. Dobson was expected to take the child to the daycare, but went to work. Both the child's parents are reportedly employed to the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF and are stationed in the parish. Persons close to the family, says Dobson, would not have deliberately or recklessly left his daughter in the car. He is too much of a good father to do that, said a family friend. During the family's ordeal, members of the community said that it would have been the child's third day at daycare. Her grandmother, who would have been the one taking care of her under normal circumstances, had fallen ill, causing the parents to have the child enrolled in daycare. I know people are going to say, she is a child and how could he forget? But sometimes, even your phone in your hand and you are looking for it, said a family member. Two held after shotgun seized in St. James. Two people have been taken into custody for questioning in connection with the seizure of a shotgun in the parish of St. James on Saturday morning. Two 12-gauge cartridges were also seized. Reports are that members of the security forces conducted a targeted raid in Granville, St. James, during which the weapon was seized. The St. James police are investigating the incident. Indicom probing fatal shooting during security operation in St. James. The Independent Commission of Investigation, Indicom, has launched a probe into Friday's night fatal shooting of a man during a confrontation with members of the security forces in St. James. An illegal Glock pistol and 7 rounds of ammunition were reportedly seized during the operation. The deceased has been identified as Donovan Samuels, otherwise called Pinchers, of a St. James address. Reports are that about 9 p.m., the security forces were on foot patrol in the Earl Drive area of Albion in St. James when the incident occurred. Blackman says he is a law-abiding musician. Andre Blackman Bryan, the 38th alleged leader of the One Done faction of the Klansman gang, has denied involvement in any gang activity or ordering the murder of any of the individuals whose deaths have been attributed to him. Instead, he claims to be a law-abiding musician. I am a law-abiding citizen of the Jones Avenue community in Spanish Town, Bryan told the court. He made the claims while giving an unsworn statement from the dock on Monday during the Keen the Watch gang trial in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. A total of 28 defendants remain on trial, as while several of the accused, including Bryan, have been freed of some counts of the indictment, Chief Justice ruled that there are several other offenses for which they have to answer. Among the counts that the 28 accused will be mounted defenses is that of being part of a criminal organization. After the morning's dramatic development, it was time for the defense to begin making their cases. A nervous-looking Bryan then took the microphone and began making his unsworn statement from the dock. "I did not do the things the witnesses said I did. I did not give any instructions or orders to kill anybody," Byrne told the presiding judge. He went to declare that he knew nothing about the collection of extortion money from businesses and transport operators in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. "I am innocent of these charges," Byrne further claimed. "I did not shoot anybody on New Nursery community. I wasn't there. I am innocent of these charges," he added. His unsworn statement from the dock means that Byrne will not face cross-examination by prosecutors at the trial. His statement came after Chief Justice ruled that he and other accused have a case to answer to the charges related to a double murder and arson attack in Fisheries or New Nursery in Spanish Town in 2017. Jermaine Robinson and his girlfriend, Selida Walder, were killed during the incident. Some among the 28 alleged gangsters also had cases to answer related to 4 other murder charges. The remaining 5 murder charges were dropped because of insufficient evidence. In relation to count 25 of indictment, which involved conspiracy to murder a man called Ice, Byrne was freed on that count because of insufficient evidence to support that the alleged target existed. The other accused who were freed on the count were St. Thomas Pass and alleged main operative of the gang, Stephanie Moma Christie, Jazeel Blake, Lamar Simpson, and Andre Golden. Meanwhile, Byrne and another accused, Ted Prince, were freed on a count of murder that was listed on the indictment on count 20. That incident was the murder of a man on Phillips Hardware in Spanish Town. According to Chief Justice, there was no evidence that the man was murdered. The judge said there was a post-mortem nor scene of the crime evidence to support the man was killed. Chief Justice, however, stated that Byrne has a case to answer in relation to the murder of a person called Dooley on Red Hills Road in St. Andrew. In relation to the murder of a man known as Tishy Bus Driver in Spanish Town Bus Park on February 6, 2018, accused Ricardo Thomas, Michael Whiteley, and Brian Morris were freed on that count. However, accused Marco Miller, Chevroy Evans, and Andre Golden have a case to answer according to the Chief Justice. Jason Citypost Brown, an alleged main operative of the gang, also had several charges to answer, including being a member of a criminal organization. Brown was heard on secret recordings of cellular phone conversations with other alleged gangsters expressing concern, of some of which the cronies were betraying Brian, and they were no longer loyal to the gang. Brown has been incarcerated since being convicted of a murder that was unrelated to the gang in 2012. Despite some being freed of some of the charges, none of the 28 remaining alleged gangsters have been freed from custody, as they all have other cases to answer. In the meantime, 3 of the defense attorneys have requested subpoenas to have the custody book at the Spanish Town Police Station and the Prison Administration book at the Horizon Remand Center for the period 2017 to 2019 presented in court as evidence. 2 other attorneys indicated that they will be calling character witnesses to aid in their defense of their clients. The trial is to return on Wednesday, when other defense attorneys will begin presenting their clients' cases. The 28 accused are being tried under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act 2014, better known as the Anti-Gang Legislation, on an indictment containing several counts. The offenses were allegedly committed between January 1, 2015 and June 30, 2019, mainly in St. Catherine, with at least 1 murder committed in St. Andrew. 88 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 4 deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 88 new COVID-19 cases and 4 deaths on Sunday, June 19, bringing the infection total to 141,720 and total deaths to 3,098. The new cases comprised 54 female and 34 males, with ages ranging from 27 days to 97 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 36, St. Catherine 23, St. James 16, Westmoreland 5, Trelawney and St. Anne 3 each, Portland and St. Elizabeth 1 each. The deceased include a 73-year-old male from St. Elizabeth, a 71-year-old male from St. Elizabeth, a 57-year-old male from St. Catherine previously under investigation, and a 91-year-old female from St. Catherine. There were 168 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 89,916. Currently, 133 people are hospitalized, 33 of whom are moderately ill, 14 severely ill, and 4 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 16.6%. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.